Why is the green screen on? No, I do not want to. I gotta figure this out. All right, when you guys pop on, just let me know. I haven't been on here in a minute. So, I am trying to figure out the chat enable. Because sometimes they leave people out. So if you guys are here, just let me know. I haven't been doing videos because at this point I've talked about everything. I don't know what else to talk about. So, like, dude, I've done over 1,000 videos. I've nonstop for 2 years. I was nothing making but 3 videos a day. So now I prefer just to go live chat because then I can talk to you guys and answer all your questions. Plus, I brought my coffee because God knows I need it. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Stacy. So I know everybody's probably like, girl, she's live. When's that bitch going live? Like, she never goes live anymore. Yeah, I've been busy, bro. I'm tired. Hey, Christina. Word. Coffee's life. But it's Stacy. People say that to me all the time. Like, Heather, are you ever going to go live? I don't know. I do it when I'm in the mood. And I got tons of time today. For the last 2 weeks, it was like 60 to 70 degrees in upstate New York where I am. Now it's 11 degrees. I get all seasons in one day. But you guys gotta understand, I've done so many videos on YouTube. I've done so many where I don't know what else to talk about. Like, I feel like no matter what I say, nobody listens anyway. So it doesn't really matter. There are a couple of videos that I'm going to repost because I feel like people need to hear it, bro. Oh, you know what's crazy, Christina, is I got a percolator. So when I was late teens, early 20s, one of my family members had a percolator and the coffee tasted 10 times better. So when I got a percolator for the stove instead of electric, dude, that coffee tasted 10 times better. But you know what? I can't get whole beans anywhere. Anywhere. I'd rather have whole beans, but only 8 o'clock coffee does it, and it's so stupid. Funky Uncle John, dude, I haven't heard from you in a minute. How is life? Oh, quick recap. Since I figured out all my medical issues, and I had some lawyers tell me to report my primary to the medical board because what happened was BS, and my facility ain't doing nothing about it. You know, they just don't care. So I keep getting new doctors because my rheumatologist finally retired, and he deserves it. He's a badass. Like, I love that dude. But it's like my swollen ass hands, it doesn't matter whether I'm excited, stressed, anxious, sun, heat, humidity, I blow up, and it's really freaking annoying. So I get I have a lot of autoimmune diseases, but only one was genetic. The rest of them was because my primary is a dumbass. So, I did get somebody, I forgot which one of you asked me about my thyroid nodules, if I got it rechecked again, because I did it last year and it was a disaster. I got it done this year. My thyroid is still more swollen. So once I fixed my iodine deficiency, which by the way was 10 years of that deficiency, but nobody wanted to believe me or listen to me because like here in America, you know, we don't have that problem. Well, that's not true because 5 years ago or 6 years ago now, they took the iodine out of food. So now it's happening more and more. Taking a multivitamin will prevent you from having this issue that I did, but she told me not to take a multivitamin because I take vitamin D, a couple of the B vitamins and B12 along with the other two, like folate is a B vitamin and all of that. So she didn't want me to add to it. I mean, well, it's a freaking small ass dosage. It's not going to kill me. Plus, I'm severely deficient at that point. But I have a lot of permanent damage. It is what it is. But I got my thyroid checked, and apparently I have a new nodule. Like 2 of them decreased a smidge, but my thyroid's getting bigger, and it's probably thyroid cancer. Let's be real. Chronic illnesses suck ass. Like, I just want to be normal. I would give anything to be normal. I miss being normal. Well, sort of normal. But it sucks. It is what it is. So my stupid primary, who I fired, but I'm still stuck with her until April 1st when I redo an actual MD I'll be seeing. And she was like, well, Heather, I think your swallowing issue isn't just scleroderma. I think it's your thyroid. I'm like, no shit, Sherlock. I'm like, what am I, Watson, and I'm smarter? Like, no shit. No shit. Like, where have you been? So, she shut up. But I'm seeing a new endocrinologist because I fired my last one for being a major bitch. So, whatever happens, happens. But I've seen a lot on my channel of people asking the same damn question. And no matter what the question is, 80% of the time, it's going to be do a soft reliner. It's always the answer. Heather, my dentures wobble, soft reliner. Heather, my dentures hurt and whatever, but they sort of fit. You could still do a thin reliner. It doesn't have to be thick. It's only thick if you have a lot of gum shrinkage. Or, Heather, my adhesive doesn't work. Well, it's either you're not putting it in right. Nobody, I hate when people say adhesives are different for everybody. That is BS. The formulas don't change. It's just how much gum shrinkage you have, if you have a soft reliner or don't. Like, if you have a comforter soft reliner, but you like adhesive for that extra tightness, you can use adhesive, but you got to make sure your soft reliner is blocked to everything, because once water gets into your denture, bottom or top, it's going to make it mushy. So when you take out your denture at night and it's mushy, that means water's getting in, because it should be hard as hell to get out. Yeah, I need to do one too. The hard reliner absolutely did make a difference. So I've had my permanent dentures for the bottom for 2 years, the top for 4 years. And, you know, the hard reliner made a big difference. So you can do a hard reliner when you're in your permanent dentures for like a year or two, and you need that extra so you don't use so much reliner. That's the problem. If you need a lot of reliner, then, you know, probably should do a hard one to reboot you. Yeah, thyroid shit sucks. Okay, so with the bottom denture, you guys got to understand there's no palate. So there's going to be no suction. There's never going to be suction. So, say you got, you know, your permanent denture, in my case, for 2 years, and it's loose. So then you do a soft reliner, but you got to understand there's still not going to be suction. But you got to make sure you can't make the reliner as amazing as you can for the top, because all your salivary glands are all at the bottom. So when I do my reliner too well, all of a sudden this will bulge out. Actually, it's the side. The side bulges out and it gets really swollen. I'm like, fuck, I got to take it out now. So I have to redo the reliner and make it looser, because you can't block the salivary glands. That'll really suck. But your denture is supposed to just lay on flat. So when you bite down and you start chewing, first of all, when you bite, make sure you bite up to here. Not using your front teeth, because that can flip. When you bite, you just bite down right over there. But my problem is now is my back molars, where they would be, is hurting because of me eating with a hard reliner and not a soft reliner. Soft reliner gives you cushion. But it's really down to an art. But when you bite down, it should be level. So even if you bite down on this side, it's not going to rock because it's loose. It'll stay straight and steady. Hey, Jed. Yeah, I even said that before. I haven't been on live, and I've been thinking for the last few days, hey, I need to go live. I'm like, it's been a minute. I'd rather go live than make a video, because then I can answer everybody's questions here instead of making a video that I've done over 1,000 now, that I'm running out of things to talk about that I haven't already spoke about a billion times, because nobody wants to go back on my videos. Instead, they want a new one, but I can't keep making the same videos. So I am going to do a soft reliner one soon for the newer people, because I need to do one for the bottom especially. See, the top you can prolong all you want, but the bottom, because it's gravity, everything goes straight to the bottom. So, but I noticed I needed one when I rarely eat candy, but I got this Easter like bag thing, but it was like dark chocolate with sea salt caramel inside, and they're small. So I had one, and the caramel stuck and popped my denture down, and I'm like, damn it, I got to do a soft reliner. Have a good day, Christina. Grocery store on a Sunday sucks. That's why I go in the middle of the week, because Sunday, nope. Especially if you go to Walmart. Like, I have a super center where I live. I worked there for 10 years before my mess happened. And, yo, it's like, they need traffic lights, stop signs, do something. Okay, so let me ask you a question, Stacy. Do you actually wear your bottom denture? Because I've noticed that so many people are saying that I can't do my bottom denture, doesn't wear it. They keep it out, so they haven't learned to. It's the same with the top. If you don't keep your dentures in and learn with your denture and keep up on soft reliners, of course you're not going to have a good denture quality of life. But I always say, this process is not meant for the weak. You got to be dedicated, and you got to have a routine with cleaning your dentures, a routine that you know when you need a reliner. And people think they can avoid reliners. You can't. You can't avoid them. You need them. And it's not like back in the day where they had crappy dentures. Everybody's denture now is actually pretty good if a dentist knows how to make them correctly. That means they're really loose. Soft reliner. If you can't keep them in, soft reliner. They need to be done. Okay, when you guys go through the first year with dentures, whether they're permanents or immediates, it doesn't matter. Denture's a denture. You're going to have major gum shrinkage. People are like, oh, it's bone loss. No, your teeth were the bone lost. Or if you get alveoplasty done. You do not need alveoplasty. Don't believe a dentist when they said, oh, it'll be better for your denture. No, it's not. Your body naturally does it in the first year. So think of it this way. Your body's not going to be like, oh, they did the alveoplasty. I don't need to do it for the next year. No. Now it's going to happen even more. But the bone loss is your teeth, unless you do alveoplasty and they shred your bone, which is stupid. They should never do that unless you have a medical reason like cleft palate, stuff like that. If you get implants. But your body naturally for the first year, now that the bone, which is the teeth, are out, you now will shrink down to a thin line of what your denture will be, and it happens over the year. You have to stay on top of soft reliners. So many people are like, oh, I did one for that year. Well, no wonder why you had a shitty time with it. You gotta stay on top of them. For the bottom, it should be done every month. For the top, maybe every month and a half, 2 months, maybe. Really depends on the person, how quick your body does it. Hey, Hope. Girl, I haven't seen you in ages either. Yeah, me too. Do you guys ever know that, when you've had really rough years, and you're like, frick, a new frickin' year is coming, and you're bracing for impact? It's crazy. At least I would say Denture Fit is by far the best. Not only is it massive cushion, there's no bad acetone flavor, which is nasty, and it's easier to get off. When it's loose and ready to come off, you just peel, it comes off. So I would say Denture Fit. But if you can't do it and afford it, just get anyone. I would stick to Reline it if that's the case, but it's a really big pain in the ass to get it taken off. It took me 24 full hours of working on it to get it off when it wasn't quite ready. But make sure you clean them. When they're in your mouth, you have to actually gently clean them like you would your teeth and everything else so they stay good. And make sure you put primer in enough spots and wait the 2 minutes, then put it in for Denture Fit. But by far, Denture Fit is the best one. But yeah, in this economy, it's kind of really hard to get Denture Fit, so you do what you can. But as far as cleaning products, please don't use toothpaste on your dentures, guys. Please, please. You will actually cause microscopic abrasions. And it will absolutely ruin your denture. So don't use toothpaste. Get what I always use. Crap. My memory is crap, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna get my bucket. Stay there. Yeah. Of course, I dropped something. The broken blinds is the boys looking out the window all the time for somebody. So, if you're going to clean your dentures, where's what I use? Oh, no, it's almost empty. It's almost empty. Fresh and Bright. This stuff was the first thing I used. Now, people ask me why I don't use Dr. B's anymore. That company was kind of fucked up to me. We'll just say that, but it's not the reason why I don't use it. Is because when I was using Denture as a reliner, all their stuff is essential oils when it comes to Dr. B's, which was lifting and ruining my reliners. So I don't use it. A lot of their stuff says for the last 4 or 5 years that it's patent pending, but it was never patent pending. So I don't trust products that have that issue. But this is ADA accepted and approved. So I use Fresh and Bright. Oh no, girl. Stacy, if anybody knows my channel, they know I fucking hate cushion grip. It's useless. It's not a reliner and it's not adhesive, so therefore it's pointless. So when the company bought it from the original owner, when I spoke to them, because I showed them my video about how messed up it was and stupid, well, you're spending, what, $12, $14 on a tiny ass tube to use it as they directed and it doesn't work? So they're like, no, just put it in little balls and put it where you need it. I'm like, dude, I could just do soft reliner like you're supposed to. It's useless your way. So no, I will not use it. I think it's a waste of my time. But yeah, I use Fresh and Bright and Stain Away. I swear by this shit. If you do it once a week, if like I drink coffee and I smoke, it depends on what people drink wine, whatever. Do this once a week and it immediately like melts the stuff off of your denture. It is so cool. It brings it back to your original shade that you chose. And when you guys see things online that says whitening for, or at the stores for denture products that says whitening, it doesn't whiten and make it more brighter than the shade that you chose. It keeps it to the shade that it was. So all it does is lift stains. It doesn't whiten anything. But Fresh and Bright. And I don't even think you guys can see that correctly. That is what I use and I swear by. Oh, and I have my Fix and End powder. I haven't used this stuff, by the way. It's brand new box and sealed because I really don't use it. I use Denture Clean. That's a good soap to use with Denture Fit because that's the best thing. It won't ruin anything. And my favorite adhesive of all time, which I haven't even opened yet because I don't use really much of adhesive. But I am going to be making a video this week, and I'll get stuck wearing adhesive to show you guys how to apply adhesive. Now, I made this up because on here and everywhere, it'll say put blobs, which is BS because it's going to come out the freaking side and it doesn't get to the whole denture. That's why it continues to rock, and it takes longer to dry. So the way I do it works great. I will not use Dr. B products. If you use a reliner, the essential oils actually lift the reliner. So no, I will not use it. I will not swear by them, and I've made it clear in other videos. Sorry, I was picking up something I dropped. So no, I will not recommend them. There's no point in spending a crap load of money on something that's going to ruin your reliner. Stacy, where do you live? Because I know they do it in Canada. I'm not sure if Denture Fit moved to other countries. You can't just mail it from the US. It's going to cost $50 for shipping or more, which is absurd. They have to have a warehouse in that area so you can get cheap shipping or free. Oh yeah, they don't have it in Scotland, which totally sucks. But yeah, Jen, it was like a year ago or so that I told everybody how I felt. Because I was like, why is my reliner, I'm good at reliners. Why is my reliner lifting? It just doesn't make sense. So then I put 2 and 2 together. I'm like, all right, let me stop using Dr. B stuff and let me use my original OG stuff. Shit stayed on with no problem. So yeah, I don't recommend it. I mean, plus they keep saying patent pending and nothing is patent pending but liquid crystals. So after 5 years and you're still not patent pending, to me, that's kind of sketchy. So you're just putting it on there for people to want to buy it and use it because it's on the verge of being accepted. Nope, I've had newer ones that even says patent pending, and it never, like the liquid crystals, the one that you sit and soak, that's been patent pending for 5 years. Hey, Blue Fox, thank you. Hey, what's the weather in Kentucky? Because I know everybody's weather is sketchy. You know, when it comes to powder, guys, I used to think that the Polydent powder was good until I tried this one. But again, powders are only meant to be used if, like, you have a light loose like I do on dentures. Then you use powder. But never use 2 adhesives at once. You know, I always tell people it's one thing if it's like you don't get your reliner for 2 weeks and you need to use the paste and sprinkle the powder. Why? Because it dries it quicker. That's the point of the powder. But people are using it nonstop. And I'm like, guys, you have to do a soft reliner. Like, people think that they can just get away with it. You can't. You can't have a successful denture journey without it. Hey, Natalia. I'm from New York too, girl. Originally Long Island. Now by Cooperstown. Yeah, it was 70 degrees last week. It was freaking beautiful. I would say like 65, 70 is my perfect temperature. But dude, the sun is, it felt way warmer than that with the sun like burning your skin off. It's insane how hot it is. Oh, Poughkeepsie. Yeah, I'm up higher than you. You're like 2 hours from me. Poughkeepsie is like a little bit right out of New York City. Thanks, Stacy. Actually, you should have heard my accent years ago because I'm from Long Island and I grew up on the streets. So the twang of my voice was a lot different. Well, that's because you didn't put enough. So a lot of people think that denture fit's not working, but I'm like, no, with any reliner. So if you did what you were supposed to, this is to Purple Queen who just commented. If you cleaned your denture, you did all that, blah, blah, blah. But say you put the reliner in, I don't know how many tubes you put in. For the top, it can be 2 to 3. For the bottom, it's like 1 to 2. It really just depends on the shrinkage and stuff. But you're supposed to soak it in water for it to cure. And if you have a lot of gum shrinkage, 2 isn't going to be enough. So after you put it in water like overnight, pop it in your mouth because it'll be fluffy at that point. And if it's tight, you're good. If it's loose on one side, add a little bit to the other side and do whatever. But if it's 2, you obviously have too much gum shrinkage. So you might have to do 2.5, 3. One of my kids are being creepy. Is that Stevie? Oh, hi, Thomas. So, like I said, with any reliner, if you've done all the steps like you're supposed to do, like it says, then the next day, if it's still loose, then you need to reapply only where you need it. If you put too much in there, you got to redo the whole damn thing. So you really got to be in tune with your denture. Like pop it in. If it feels good on this side, but it's a little loose on this side, add more on that side. And you just add more as you go. But you got to put it in water first because it fluffs up. So throughout the day with any reliner, when you bite down, you're constantly chewing and you're doing whatever throughout the day, it's going to flatten out. And so will your gums because you're squishing them down with the pressure and the bite force. You put them in water overnight after you clean them. You get up in the morning, pop them in your mouth. They're going to be tight again. So, yeah, Purple Queen is usually 2 to 3 that goes in your mouth. But you have to feel for it. If it's still loose after water, put a little more, pop it in your mouth. And you go from there. And powder's not going to usually work. You have to, if powder's not working with the denture fit, then that means you have way little in your mouth. And remember, when you get immediate dentures, if you get immediate dentures, so it's 2 ways this is going to go. If you get immediate dentures at a year, year and a half, I would not push it to exactly a year because you're still shrinking. But at a year, year and a half, you get your permanent dentures. And then I would hard reline your immediates for just in case the top ones break that are permanents or the bottoms or both. If you get your permanent dentures because you have state insurance and you get the permanent dentures at 3 months, which sucks, but at 3 months, then I would wait. I mean, if it's loose, you have to do a soft reliner immediately. A lot of dentists don't know how to do dentures. But you have to wait probably about 16 months to then do a hard reliner on your immediates. So I would save money Save money as much as you can. The hard reliner is like $500, $400, depends where you go to get it done. When did you get your permits though? Did you get them for 3 months in and you never got a hard reliner and stuff? Because then that's why. That's 100. But even mine, I've had my bottom for 2, my top for 4, and I got a hard reliner in September. Yeah, no, safety, no. So the only bone technically you lose is the teeth. That's it. And the teeth are massive, by the way. If you look at the roots, they're really big and fluffy, and the gums go around it. When they get all pulled out, it takes a year and a few months to become a thin ridge with gums. I mean, will it very slowly keep shrinking? Yes, of course. It's going to always slowly keep shrinking until maybe a few years and it stops. I mean, if you want to still use the wipes, but I would be careful if you have a reliner in. Because essential oils, think of it, oils. So if you put any essential oils in your hand, what does it feel like? Slippery, right? If it gets in a silicone reliner or in any reliner, it's going to loosen it and come off. So it's like you have sticker adhesive stuck on like whatever. What do you use? Oil. You mix it together, boom, comes right off. Or you can use alcohol. But alcohol on a denture dries it out, so never use alcohol on a denture. Unless if it's part of a reline, but even that's for a second just to get the stuff off. Yeah, always gum shrinkage is slower. The first year is massive because the big bones came out. If you get avioplasty, you just basically screw yourself. So I always tell people when I do videos how to start out with dentures, watch this before you get them done. So if they try to have you charged for getting avioplasty, you could tell them, no, I don't need it. Your body naturally shrinks it in a year. You're going to just cause more bone damage on me. I'd rather not do that. So I feel like, and there's dentists I spoke to that get mad that some dentists, most dentists do not get taught right with dentures. It's such a small part of what they learn that they actually know nothing about it. So luckily I had a dentist that actually knew a crap ton about it. And then he learned a lot from me. Because, I mean, who's the best people to know about it? Denture wearers. But most of the time, people have problems with their dentures because they're loose. Soft reliner is always going to be the answer. But before you do a soft reliner, if it's your top denture, push up on it. If it's hitting any spots, do an adjustment. You cannot do your own adjustments if you have a warranty. Only your dentist can. If you don't have a warranty, simple nail file, take the adjustment, boom, boom, rinse it, check it. Remember what I said, push it up. Make sure it's not sticking to anything, even a little bit, because when you do the soft reliner, it's going to actually press it up and cause pain, and you'll have to redo it. Well, I mean, if you're using it on your gums, I hope you rinse it afterwards. Because I think I still have so many here. Because from what I understand, if you put it in your mouth, I have like one sitting in here for videos. Well, I mean, palate is gum. It says cleans your palate, gums, and dentures, blah, blah, blah. But I would definitely rinse my mouth. I mean, if you use it for adhesive in your mouth, if it's your mouth, you're not putting it on your denture, then I would say it's probably no problem to do it with that. But there are easier ways without using those wipes. Like, I've never used their wipes for my mouth. Ever. It was always dentures. Like, say if I was out at a restaurant and I always use soft reliners, I haven't worn adhesive since 8 months into my journey for my tops. And I just take them out, clean them off, do whatever, boom, I'm good. Which makes it very convenient, by the way. I don't have to carry a toothbrush, I don't have to do all that, blah, blah, blah. But I'd never use it on my gums. Because I really don't like to put things in my mouth of that nature if I don't know fully what's in it. And if something keeps saying patent pending, I don't trust things unless I know for a fact. But I don't trust things that have been saying 5 years they're patent pending and they're not pending at all. They're just sitting there. So using it to gain people. And by the way, And this is a fact. I have emails up the ass. Dr. B's company was not even heard of before they met me. I made their company for what they were, and what they did was messed up and dirty, and I will never, ever, ever acknowledge them again. That's why I rarely talk about them. Well, you're supposed to brush your gums. So you need to still brush your gums. When you get dentures, for people who lost their teeth due to hygiene, you're now doing double the work. You have to not only clean your gums, you have to clean your dentures. And you have to brush your gums because it promotes healthy healing. It does great for blood flow and to not lose any more than you need to. So you need to keep your gums cleaned, always. So I brush my teeth, always have a separate brush. So many people tell me they don't, which is you're toxifying yourself with the denture products that are not healthy for you. So it's meant for dentures only, not your mouth. So with your mouth, use a normal soft bristle brush. It feels weird at first, though, I'm not going to lie. It feels weird as hell when you're brushing your gums. But you still need to brush your gums. You still need to do everything. Then you can do your denture. Clean your denture. So if people who lost their teeth due to hygiene, you're now causing more problems on yourself. Because not only you have to clean your dentures, you have to clean your mouth as well with separate products, separate brushes. The mouthwash I use, where the hell is it? Oh, it might be in the bathroom. I don't know if you remember, Jen, but it was Crest that makes the mouth sore mouthwash. I use that all the time. I swear by that crap. It works so well. When I first got dentures, I had mouth sores like we all do, and it was so painful. And that healed them so quick. Do not wear your dentures while you're sleeping. Not only can you choke, and I've had people who told me that they lost family members because they choked on the bottom denture. I mean, the bottom denture is unhinged, so I wouldn't recommend it. But your gums need to breathe. They need that air to hit the gums and heal as well. So if you put too much moisture, you're going to get thrush. Hey, Marie. Well, you're welcome. I mean, I'm very opinionated, but I like to give people the facts. I don't want people being used, taken advantage of, lied to, or mistreated, especially in the dentist community, when they act like they know what they're doing. But remember, if you haven't gotten dentures yet, when you do that mold, they're supposed to push up the mold up here. Like the inside of your mouth, they'll push up. That's how they get the correct fit for your mouth. So many people don't get that done. So many dentists just put it in their mouth, walk away, wait a minute, and then take it out. But now it's going to be loose as hell when they get it and put it in their mouth. You have to mold it. So if you see a dentist not doing it right, then do it for them. You could just put your mouth and just push up lightly and mold it correctly to your mouth. Yeah, that would drive me crazy too. Yeah, tell your wife I said you use separate brush, bro. I don't know what happened to the Polydent denture brush. That I have a very deep trough in my top denture. Very deep. I can't even get my pinky up in there. It's deep. And the Polydent brush was the only brush in this universe that actually cleaned inside that trough. So it was really freaking annoying, but I can't find it anywhere. I'm like, dude, really? The one good product you had, you don't have anymore? Whatever. So I always recommend a toddler brush. Toddler brush can get into every little deep crevice and corner you need it to. Yeah, Donna, it takes time. People always say, how long did it take me to get used to it? I'm an obsessive person. I do have OCD, so I overthink too much. So it took me probably about 4 to 6 months to stop thinking about the damn denture. But the one thing I learned is if you distract yourself with talking to one of your friends or one of your kids or listen to your favorite music or do whatever, if you distract your mind, then it makes it so much easier to wear dentures. So much easier. But you gotta distract yourself. I mean, if you're at home, you don't have a job, you don't do anything, blah, 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 you're going to have more of a problem with it. If you push and you're determined and you don't give up for crap, you'll have a better journey. So it really just depends on the person. Yeah, Marie, you need to do soft reliner. I don't know why people think they can avoid it, but you can't. You have to do them. If you have a warranty, it's in your warranty. The dentist has to do it. Do they suck at it? Yes. But they still have to do it because then you can lose your warranty. If you don't have a warranty, you will end up mastering your reliner so freaking well that these will never come out. And with the bottom denture, there is no suction. I mean, it really depends. If you have a really tight reliner going on, then yes, you can have it, but not like the palate, like the top denture with the palate. The palate is what makes the denture better. Bottom denture is gravity. Food, water, everything gets put immediately down in the bottom. Soft reliners are imperative. Absolutely imperative. You have to do them. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I always recommend to everybody, do the soft reliners. And dentists don't tell people shit. That's originally what made me start doing this. I was 4 months into my journey. And I'm a very private person. For anybody who's watched me for the last 4 or 5 years, I'm very private. But I knew I couldn't have been alone. Because nobody tells you shit. You just go online and figure it out your damn self. And some of the support groups are just rude as hell. My support group, I don't allow that shit. There's no bullying. There's nothing. You'll immediately be blocked for the rest of your life. It's just the way it is. I'm a grown-ass woman. We're all grown-ass adults. There's no reason why people act like 2-year-olds. But I went into a support group, and they're like, why don't you just read it? I'm like, well, then there's no point of talking to anybody. If you can't ask your question because somebody or the group person who created it or whatever is going to bully you and say, just scroll down and your answer's there, there's no point in the support group, bro. There isn't. But I try to put all the information out because it's important. Problem is people only want to hear some of my video or whatever, and they don't follow it. People want an easy answer. There is no easy answer besides soft reliner. That will fix all your problems. It's soft reliner. You want security, you want comfort, you want whatever, to chew whatever you want without no problem. Soft reliner. There's no way to wear a denture without it. Oh, I love when dentists do that, Murray. If you don't have a warranty, you can do them yourself. So, Marie, if you have a warranty and with you getting dentures, he told you have a warranty, which you would have signed off on it, he has to do the reliners. And so many people from affordable dentures, people that went there even said that they have full unlimited warranty, but every time they wanted to get it done, they push it out 3 months, push it out 3 months. That's a shitty quality of life. And I hate when people that don't have dentures add their 2 cents. Okay, let me take out all your teeth, give you dentures, and let's see whose side you're going to be on now. Like, some dentists drive me the frick crazy. But if you have a warranty, they have to do it. It's just what's in the warranty. If you don't, you can do it yourself. So there's no point of asking your dentist. If you have to get quoted $200 to $300 per denture for a soft reliner, you don't have a warranty. So you could do it yourself over the counter with stuff, or even get a hold of Denture Fit and get Denture Fit. They'll even talk you through it. I have videos. That's like one of my top videos is how to do Denture Fit. And you can actually do it for yourself for like 70% cheaper. Like, it's just insane how much dentists charge people. But like I said, if a dentist won't do your reliner and you have a warranty, you can fight that. And then do it yourself. Well, if you taste glue, then that means you put too much in your mouth. So I've made this, like I said, 4 or 5 years ago. I came up with a solution on how to do dentures with adhesive the better way. Instead of having it overflow in your mouth and now it ruins the taste. You should not be tasting your adhesive. If you do, you need a soft reliner because that means the water is pushing it out, going into your system. That's gross. So, one, make sure you have a soft reliner before you add adhesive. Adhesive is only meant for light looseness, not extreme, because then it won't work. But if you take your denture and you take a Q-tip, lick it so it doesn't get the cotton stuff on it, Put your adhesive in there and then do a thin layer through the whole inside of the denture. If it's a top denture, you put it on the palate, the wall, the trough, the whole inside of the denture, leaving like this bit off the bottom of your denture so it doesn't come out in case it does, but like a thin layer. You put it, I would say you put it up and then push it forward right into your suck zone. You cannot eat for 45 minutes or drink. The adhesive needs to dry. It's a glue. So if you're going to use adhesive, which is a glue, it needs 45 minutes to dry. Once it dries, you are good to go do whatever you want. But soft reliners, guys. Soft reliners. Thanks, Marie. It's trial and error, girl. I learned everything I did the hard way. And the amount of money I spent over time to try products out to tell you guys if they're worth it or not. Like, there are some products that are, like, mediocre. But, like, the best adhesives I ever tried was fixing it with Scope. And so you don't get that glue taste. You get a mint taste. In case you haven't done a soft reliner. But soft reliners prevent water from coming in and pushing the adhesive out or turning it mushy. And fixing it in Ultramax. My favorite adhesive of all time. Dude, I literally had people emailing saying, Heather, are you going to be done with that video yet on how to get this shit out? I was like, I'm posting it now, guys. Because we all, when I told them how to do it, to apply adhesive, and they did it, it was now in for 16 to 18 hours. We couldn't get the shit out. So I did so many tricks and tips to myself to see what would work, and I created a video on how to get them out. So I'll be redoing that again this week so people are aware on how to use adhesive. Do not follow the damn box. The box is going to set you up for failure. Always make sure you guys have a warranty or not. Always. Like, if you have state insurance, you do not have a warranty. Soft reliner, Marie. Soft reliner. If you have a soft reliner in your mouth, and it's a very good one, like when I used Denture Fit since 8 months. I mean, this is 4 years ago, 4+ years ago. But I used the Denture Fit. It was so, like, if you put the correct amount in and it's not loose anymore, it is such a great fit that you don't need adhesive. I haven't used adhesive in 4 years. And it's also your mouth muscles and your entire jaw learns how to control the denture. No. Stacey, I have too many health issues and I'm allergic to a lot of metals, so I would never get implants done. And plus, that kind of stress on my body might trigger one of my autoimmune diseases. Like, even my rheumatologist wouldn't do the large fiber neuropathy biopsy on me. So the small one is just punch biopsy, right wrist or left wrist, and right ankle. It's the opposite parts of the body. Now, large fiber is getting the deep inside of your muscle. And that being the case, that can put me into a flare-up. So I definitely wouldn't do implants just because of that. Have a good day, Natalia. And you're very welcome. I'm sure a lot of my old school people are like, damn, she's on. But if there's any certain videos you guys want, my email's everywhere. You can message me anywhere. Or you can even tell me now, what videos do you guys want to see? So you don't have to go through 1,000 of my videos. There's 1,000. Actually, there's more than 1,000. I think there's like 1,100 now or 1,200. I don't know. But it's a lot of freaking damn videos. But I just feel like a lot of people just quit and give up. They're like, oh, this is too hard, I give up. Don't give up. It's a challenge. Overcome it. Be stronger than the denture. I used to tell people that all the time. Well, it depends what soft reliner, Marie. I mean, I already have those videos. My top video is how to do Denture Fit. And they also have instructions in every box everywhere. But I do have one for Reline It and for Denture Fit. And also with Denture Fit, what's cool is it's absolutely free. If you want them to talk you through how to do it, they will. So people ask me if the dentist reliners are good. No, it's just like Reline It. To me, they overcharge, and they do. If you look at the dentist prices of what they get it for, opposed to them charging us, it's like 90% more, 100% more than what they would be charged. It's insane. So is it worth it? No. It's just like Reline It. So you could just get Reline It for $7 over the counter. Yeah, Stacy, don't forget that, man. I remember when I first said it 4 years ago, and people were like, damn, I didn't look at it that way. Be stronger than a piece of plastic. Don't be afraid of it. It's a piece of plastic and acrylic. It's what my nails are made out of. Don't be afraid of it. Own that shit. You gotta own it. You want something to happen, you gotta make it happen. Fix-It-Dent doesn't have a soft reliner. They have adhesive. Like Fix-It-Dent Ultramax, but I am going to do how to do apply adhesive again. Because when I made that, people were doing blobs. Like, even when I did my own research on how to make things life better for denture wearers, people that were already doing channels, I'm like, wow, they really don't talk about this or thought of it. So when I did it, it blew up on the denture community 4 years ago. And then everybody's like, holy shit, this makes my life better. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. I'll put it up. Well, Wednesday I gotta go to Albany with my son for his medical stuff, so I'm hoping Tuesday I can do it the day before. And I'll show you guys how to do it, but that means I have to deal with adhesive. I hate adhesive, but I love Fix-It-Dent Ultramax. That shit will stay in your mouth, but remember, if your denture is so loose, where like it's flopping out or it's wiggling or whatever, you need to do a soft reliner, because no adhesive will actually do the full job it's meant to do. If it's too loose, it's not gonna work. And if you don't wait the 45 minutes after applying, once it's in your mouth, after 45 minutes, you cannot eat or drink for 45 minutes. First 45 minutes, no food or water, no nothing. Because it's glue and it needs to dry. If you add water, you're now going to mess up your entire reliner, which most people do. Or adhesive, I mean. So I will definitely show you guys how to do that. But I'm going to go, guys. My back is freaking killing me. But I told the boys I'd make them grilled cheese, so I'm going to go do that. But I'll probably end up doing more lives, because at this point, I've done so many damn videos, it's insane. So I'd rather go live and help people. So you guys can always comment, even when I'm not live anymore, onto this video, and just tell me things of what videos or what days you prefer me to go live, if I'm able to do it those days, because I also help people that are sick. I help my own kids. Like, I do a lot. So I'm just nonstop, and I try to find time. So today's Sunday, I was able to find time to hang out with you guys. But make sure you guys follow my videos. I even do shorts often now. So I'll see you guys then. But wear your damn denture. I don't care what your excuse is. Soft reliner. And if you want extra hold, use Fix-It-Dent Ultramax, the gold box with the lock. That's it. I'll show you right now what it is, in case you didn't see it. Do I have it in here? I know it's... There it is. This is the box you want. Max Hold, Fix-It-Dent Ultramax. Not any of the other ones that are going to say something similar, but not. It's got to be blue and gold box with the lock. That one's the best, and that's the one I'm going to do the video on and show you guys how to do it. Because I do have to say one thing. The confidence level I had using that specific adhesive was amazing. I ate ribs, corn on the cob, all of that. But I'll see you guys on the flip side. Wear your damn denture. Bye, guys.